What is going on, Diablo 2 fans? Dobrunsky here, and today, this video, I'm going to try and pull off the impossible. That is making an Act 3 Mercenary viable in Diablo 2. I'm going to run through 3 different iterations, a Cold, Lightning, and Fire Act 3 Mercenary, and see if I can even pull this off. This has been a highly requested video that I've always shied away from, because I think I know what the answer is. It requires very expensive gear. But yeah, today we're going to see if we can make this Mercenary build work. But before we do that, guys, a quick reminder, all of my important social links are in the description of this video. So the Discord, if you guys want to join the community, as well as my Twitch link. I've started streaming full-time from Twitch, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys hit me up on Twitch to catch my future live streams. With that being said, let's see if we can make an Act 3 Mercenary work. Let's jump in. For this video, I'm just going to be testing 3 different setups. Again, lightning, cold, and fire in 2 different areas. Basically, areas that I think are going to be the best for lightning, fire, or cold. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Act 3 mercenaries themselves and their FCR breakpoints. This is pretty important. I guess it's going to depend on the gear that you're using. I don't think it matters too much what FCR breakpoint you're going for, but they're 39, 58, and 86. Those are the 3 key points. Most of these, I'm either 56 or 38. I mean, if you go really crazy, like a Viper Magi, the right helmet, socket like a Foul Rune or something in the Viper Magi for extra strength, and then use an Ethereal Spirit, you can get those really high FCR breakpoints, but honestly, I don't think it's going to matter for this build. So before we dive into the gear for the 3 different mercenary setups, I'm just going to quickly cover the paladin that I'm using. He's really purely just support. Like, in all terms, he does nothing but try and give the Act 3 mercenary the best possible chance for doing any damage. So in terms of his gear, it's just 125 FCR Hdin, but he's spec'd with a Conviction Aura instead. So again, nothing fancy. But yeah, so offensive auras, I have enough points to get minus 150 res for conviction. Anything that's not immune will be at minus 100 res. The reason why, like I have, you'll see the high amount of minus res here, plus the additional minus res on the gear for some of these Act 3 mercenary variants, is just because when a monster is immune, Conviction or low res only works at 1/5 efficiency, so that extra additional minus res on the gear is going to help him do more damage against those monsters that have had their immunities broken. But yeah, so I maxed, or I have enough for minus 150. That's it. And then combat skills, I maxed Holy Bolt. This is just to heal the mercenary because they have no life leech, so I'm just going to be teleporting around using Holy Bolt if he needs it. I maxed Holy Shield. It doesn't really mean anything, and then I also put a bunch of extra points into resist lightning just so that he's got 85 lightning, or sorry, 84 lightning and 85 fire, but it really doesn't matter. That's just the setup and the skills that I used. So the first variant is going to be an a lightning mercenary, Act 3 lightning. So I really think he's spec'd out with about as good as his gear can get. Ethereal, lidless. There is room for improvement here with a facet, or potentially using an Ethereal, a Spirit, a Rune Word, and a Monarch Shield. Again, I don't really feel like trying to max out the Mercenary and get him an extra 200 damage because I don't think it's going to be worth it. But I'm also using an Ethereal Viper Magi. The very best Griffins that I have after 2 years of magic finding. This is a minus 25 plus 17 Griffins. And I'm also using Crescent Moon. So you could use Spirit and a Crystal Sword if you want additional skills, but the Crescent Moon is just so that he does a little bit more damage against lightning immunities. So basically archers in the pits, because that's where I'm going to be running this build. It is going to be on players 1 difficulty. I'm just setting it here so you can see it. Players 1, we're going to see what he can do. I'm going to pop on my headphones here. I don't think it's gonna be good, but we're gonna find out if he can even do anything.
Even the light cannot pierce this gloom.
So I'm really just gonna be teleporting, repositioning, and then switching to conviction and letting him shoot stuff. But let's see if he can do anything on players 1 difficulty. I guess he's kind of killing stuff. So these archers, they have a high lightning immunity. So it seems like lightning does a lot more damage, but the Act 3 Mercenary seems to be pumping out charged bolts a lot. I do have, we'll try maybe mid-run, we'll switch. I have a +3 to lightning Ormus robes. I mean, we'll see how that does, if it does a big difference for this guy. Yeah, honestly, this is what I expected. This is kind of like pitifully slow. Players 1 difficulty with pretty high in gear. See, like if he does, he would just stop shooting his charged bolt. We're gonna kind of skip archer packs because I don't want to make a 40-minute long video. Yeah, you know, I honestly, I wasn't expecting anything crazy, but this is... This is pretty sad. So I'm giving him like the very best minus resistance aura that he can get. He's just... I don't know. Like, maybe if he wasn't using Charge Bolt and just literally shooting nothing but lightning, he might be okay. On players 1, if you want to do something different, like maybe Dual Dream Zealer or something. I just can't see it, man. He just... Just nothing. He's got nothing for them. It seems like the second he gets overwhelmed, he starts melee attacking, and then I have to like reposition. Okay, so lightning, mercenary, blows. First test in the books confirmed, lightning sucks. So the second attempt to try and make an Act 3 mercenary work is going to be an Ancient Tunnels run, players 1 difficulty with a cold setup. So the gear has changed a little bit, still using Lidless Wall and Skin the Viper Magi, but instead we're using Ethereal Nightwings and Spirit, so I still reach that 58 F0 breakpoint from the 30 with Viper Magi, 20 with Lidless, and then the additional 28 with Spirit. Again, there's room for improvement here with 3 facets, but based on what we saw with the Act 1 Lightning Mercenary, I don't think it's worth it. And I guess if you're crazy, you could maybe have like a faceted Ice Blast Ormus Robes, or, you know, 6 facet Spirit Crystal Sword. Again, something that I don't think is even worth it, because this build is probably, sorry, this iteration is probably not going to work as well. The same idea, Ancient Tunnels, hardly, or there will be no cold immunes because of Conviction. Give him his... So, yeah, I guess it... He has additional crowd control from being an Act 3 Cold Mercenary, but... Again, players 1... Pretty pitiful. I mean, I do know that mods like Path of Diablo have tried to address this, and they've changed how the mercenaries work. But there's a reason why everybody uses Act 2 Mercenary and Vanilla D2. But we'll see how he does here. A big pack of monsters. I think the one thing that benefits this guy a little bit more is the crowd control compared to the lightning counterpart. I mean, it's really just me teleporting around and setting him up for success with the conviction aura. He just ain't doing anything. Like this, oh, this is so painful. This is why I shied away from making this video for so long. Oh my god. Like this is just. Don't make an Act 3 mercenary, ever. I think I would maybe use something like this for like a dual teleporting dual dream Zealer or something, if you wanted like a style points crowd control where most of the damage is coming from you, like as a dual dream Tesladin or whatever. You wanted some style points, but yeah, this is just sad. Maybe we'll switch gear. We'll try fire, and then I won't even bother resetting the map because we left half the monsters, so we'll try fire next. For the final iteration of this fire mercenary, I basically am running the same gear as the cold version, except I swapped out the helmet, so I have an ethereal, Chaco, again, Viper, Ethlidless, and Spirit. Again, there's room for damage improvement with faceting everything, but based on everything that I think you guys have seen, I don't think it's worth it. But here's our last shot at trying to make something that can even remotely farm anything. Oh, and this guy, I think this guy's even going to be worse because this fireball is Inferno. The AI does not help either. So I'll see if I can get him to... Come on, buddy, I'll face tank everything for you. Let's go. Well, it looks like my dreams of making a viable mercenary for Act 3 are no bueno. Holy cow. Like this guy with his, I mean, I can't even get him to finish this out. Like the cold was definitely more viable. Yeah, okay, so that wraps up this video, guys. Clearly, this is just not doable. I mean, I tried to run different gear setups, players 1 difficulty, giving a minus 150 enemy res conviction aura, as well as stacking other additional resistances, like the lightning mercenary. We had Crescent Moon, one of the best griffins that I've ever found in Diablo 2, and yeah, this is not even worth your time. I think if you're gonna rate most effectiveness, I think probably lightning and cold are close. fire is just horrible. I think it's really just because of the Inferno. It just seems to, like, I don't know, it's doesn't do anything and just horrible AI. Yeah, guys, that wraps up this video. Hopefully you like it. Maybe you got a little bit of amusement of it. And as always, if you could throw a like on this video, I'd appreciate it. I need to consider subscribing if you're new to my channel. I post new weekly content and stream on a consistent basis, so there's always new stuff to look forward to. And I promise you my next video will be more thrilling than this Act 3 Mercenary video. Anyways, guys, have a good one. Peace out.